Now the question is, what are the reasons for which valuation of intangible assets is required? And why valuation of intangible assets is required? Number one, purchase price allocation. I am sure you will recollect our discussion when we spoke about Ind AS 103 on business combinations. So in case of business combinations, when the merger is happening or takeover is happening or acquisition is happening, in that case, there is a requirement under Ind AS 103, which is on business combination, that whatever price has been paid for the acquisition of those assets, that price has to be allocated over the assets which have come as a result of the merger or as a result of the acquisition or as a result of the slump sale or as a result of demerger, as the case may be. So reason number one as to why do we need a valuation of intangible asset is because of the purchase price allocation. Number two, purchase pricing, transfer pricing purposes in case of transfer inter say related entities. So अगर कोई intangible asset is being transferred between the related entities, in that case it has to be valued for the purpose of the Companies Act and also for the purpose of the Income Tax Act, and within the Income Tax Act for the purpose of transfer pricing. So that is the second reason as to why the intangible assets need valuation. Number three, transaction negotiation involving transfer of intangible assets. So many times the businesses are sold, businesses are not sold, the brands are sold, the brands are transferred. So when the brands are transferred, when the brands are sold as such, then obviously the brand is to be sold. If the brand is to be transferred by one entity to the another entity, then there has to be a fixation of price for that brand. And that's where need for the valuation of the intangibles would arise. Litigation relating to infringement of intangible rights. So there are so many intangible rights, as we know them as IPRs, so intellectual property rights. So whenever somebody is involving in violation of the rights of someone on an IPR, the matter goes to litigation, and in that process again it would require the valuation of intangible. And finally, of course, family settlement. And I'm sure, friends, all of you would remember and recollect very well when respected Dhirubhai Ambani, when he passed away, both his sons Mukesh Ambani and Anil Ambani decided to part ways and not work together. And as a result of that, the entire Ambani group was divided between two of them. And what was also valued was the Reliance as a brand name. And I'm sure you would recollect that the use of Reliance as a brand name was permitted to both of them. So in case of family settlement also, the need for valuation of the intangibles would arise. So these are the reasons for which the need for valuation of intangible assets happen.